Good.
Hey everybody, Mr. A here again, going straight A walking here in Bedford, this time at Harvest Market, and we're going to see if we can get some volunteers to answer some SAT type questions. Let's see if we can get the Salvation Army folks to help us out. Brian, I might have to borrow a few bucks to leave for the Salvation Army, but let's see what we can do. Where'd you go? I'm hiding. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you. How are you guys doing today?
Oh, we're having a ball. We're having fun.
Yes, we are.
You staying warm?
Yeah.
Excellent. Listen, my name is Mr. A. That's what my students call me. And we're doing a project called Straight A Walking. And I wondered if you might be willing to be a volunteer for us on our program. Would you be willing to give it a shot?
Well, I guess so.
All right, we're going to try to ask you a question that you might see on the SAT test. Do you remember taking the SAT test?
Long time ago. Yeah.
Many years ago. I'm just kidding.
That's fine with me.
Probably more for me. I don't know. Okay, what's your forte? Math, verbal, or grammar?
Math.
Okay, so before we get started here, can we ask you your name?
My name's Bob Kruger.
Bob, first of all, let me thank you on behalf of Straight A Academy and the Bedford community for being willing to do this. It's we love the Salvation Army and the work that they do. So,
yes, sir.
Thank you for saying it's not that cold today, but when it gets cold and Salvation Army's out here, please, if you have loose change, please offer it to them this Christmas season. All right? Okay. Now,
yes,
math. If you could pick a number, Bob, between 3 and 9.
7.
Lucky 7. Let's see if it's lucky for Bob. Okay, you kids at home, get ready. We're going to split the screen in just a moment. We're going to set Bob up out here in the field. It's kind of tough, having to juggle a calculator and all. And maybe Bob doesn't need it. I don't know. Let's see if he can answer this question. On your marks, get set. It's number 7. Don't split the screen yet. We have to give Bob a little bit of a head start. Go. Okay. Go ahead and see if you can answer number 7. Maybe you can read it out loud.
You want to read the question? Okay.
Please.
Chris buys a chocolate bar and a pack of gum for $1.75. If the chocolate bar costs 25 cents more than the pack of gum, how much does the pack of gum cost?
Okay, let's see. You can have a pencil and calculator there if you need it. And also, while Bob's thinking, let me remind you at home, sometimes we use logic for process of elimination. We can eliminate and say this can't possibly be the answer, narrow it down, and focus on a couple of problems and plug those values in to see if they work. Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Hey, no, sir.
I'm doing great.
Time out at home. No fair if you beat Bob on this one. Oh, okay, let's see if we've been able to look at this. We've got chocolate bar and a pack of gum for $1.75. And then the chocolate bar costs 25 cents more than the pack of gum. You kids at home, I've covered in my classes how to try to set up an equation. What kind of an equation could we set up here? We've got the chocolate bar.
I think I know the answer.
What? You do?
Bucks.
$2. I think that's going to be more than both of them put together.
Yeah, 2 of them together are $1.75.
That's expensive gum.
The chocolate bar costs 25 cents more than the pack of gum.
So what we could say is gum
I'm going.
plus the chocolate bar equals 175, right?
Yes.
So we can make one equation that says gum plus C, chocolate, equals, or G plus C equals $1.75. And we also know that C is actually, wait, is the chocolate more?
Yeah, the
25 cents more.
25 cents more.
So G, gum, plus the chocolate bar, which we could replace with G plus 0.25, equals 175, right? Okay, so if the gum plus gum and a quarter combined for 175, then we know that 2 sticks of gum costs 150.
Great.
So if 2 sticks of gum cost 150, how much is one, not stick of gum, pack of gum? So if 2 packs of gum cost 150, so a pack of gum must be
75 cents.
75,
Which is the answer C.
which is the answer C. Are we done? It looks like we solved it. Excellent. Congratulations. It was a team effort. That's
Yes,
good.
sir. Well, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
I
Bob.
was just trying to do the reasoning in my mind. I remember working with that equation back in school.
Yeah.
I remember it, but it's been a while.
But nobody's been harassing you with SAT questions lately, other than me.
No, sir. No, sir. Well, thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much for participating. And do you have that couple of bucks now, Bryant, I can put in? Because let me, wait a second. I think I have some change. Wait a minute. I got some change here. Change. No, it's not that much. I have to.
Put it in.
That's okay.
You want to put it in?
Every little bit counts.
There we go.
Every little bit helps.
All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot to the Salvation Army. Thanks, Bob.
Thank you,
Thanks,
and
kids. I
Merry
appreciate it. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, everybody. And we're going to go bother someone else now.
Thanks, Mr.
And you guys go back to singing because you sing great.
Thanks.
All right.
God bless.
God bless.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Well, we're asking questions that you might see on the SAT type of test. Would you be willing to participate? Okay. You want to? Hey, keep it down. You're noisy. But I'm trying to film here. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. All right. So, can you tell everybody who you are?
I'm Emma Flynn.
Hi, Emma. I knew that. I know Emma Flynn. She's a great kid. And she's graciously agreed to go straight A walking with us here. Emma, what's your favorite? Math, verbal, or grammar? A little grammar? Okay, so we're going to go grammar straight A walking with Emma. So give us 1 second here. We're going to set her up, and then we'll split the screen and see if you can beat Emma on this problem. Hang on. We're about ready to get Emma started here. She's picked number 15, and she's going to try to see if there's any kind of an error here. And if there's no error, we know, you're supposed to pick E. So, are you ready at home? Emma, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get it on.
Okay.
Number 15.
15. Should I read
Read
it?
Go ahead and read it.
Okay. The lavish photographs and fascinating diagrams in the biology textbook was so engaging that I seriously considered becoming a zoologist. And the error is in B, was, and it's supposed to be were. Because
Why is that?
in the beginning, it says the lavish photographs and fascinating diagrams, plural. So therefore, instead of was, which is singular, you have to do were, which is plural.
Subject-verb agreement. Excellent job, Emma. Congratulations.
Thanks.
And you notice how they do that nasty little trick of throwing in that prepositional phrase
Yeah.
to try to distract you with textbook? All right. Well, congratulations. Thanks a lot for participating, Emma.
Thank you, Mr.
Look for us on BCTV.
Okay.
We'll see ya.
Thank you.
All right, here we are in front of Abushan's hardware store. If you might notice, they are a drop-off center for toys for tots, so make sure if you come by, drop off a toy. It's a great the Marine Corps runs that program. We're gonna go and spring question on some people here in Abushan. Let's go, Brian.
Good evening, Congressman Ron Paul. How may I help you?
How you doing? My name's Mr. A.
Nolan.
And your name is?
Nolan.
Nolan. Pleased to meet you. Hey, Nolan, have you got a minute?
Yep.
Can we bug you for a second here? I'm
Sure.
going straight A walking. I don't know if you know what that is, but I'm asking SAT type questions to people. You willing to participate?
Sure.
Of your own free will, no one's twisting your arm?
Yes.
I asked this because, Chris over there a little bit earlier chickened out, and he said something about Nolan will do it. Okay. So, okay, Nolan, you okay in math?
Yeah.
All right. So we have a math question here, and I want you to pick a number between 3 and 9. 4, excellent choice.
4.
Okay, thank you. So we're going to ask you to solve number 4, if you would, please. Oh, hey, wait, before we go, we got to get ready to split the screen at home. Are you ready at home? Are you ready, Nolan?
Yep.
On your marks, get set, go. Pencil, need the pencil.
All right. So number 4.
Yeah.
Let the function g be defined by the equation g of x equals 3x plus 4. What is the value of g5? So what you would do here is plug 5 in for X, which would be 3 times 5, which is 15, plus 4 is 19. D.
Awesome. How'd you guys do at home? He had to read it. I don't know if you beat him. It might not be fair because he was reading through the whole thing. But excellent job, Nolan. Congratulations. But that one was a little too easy. But you saw what he said, just plug that in for X, right? That's what that means when you put that in parentheses. So since that was so easy and you're working in a, working in a hardware store here, I think a percentage question would make sense, right? Even though, thankfully, we don't have sales tax in New Hampshire, and we don't have to worry about that percentage. Percentage problems give a lot of people trouble. So let's see how Nolan can handle number 8. On your marks, you ready?
Yep.
Get set. Do you want a calculator? We got a calculator here. Wait, where's my calculator? Oh, here comes the calculator. We'll put the calculator on the counter for you. Here we go. Let's clear that out. On your marks. Get set. Go.
All right. 40% of 80 is what percent of 98? So to get 40% of 80, you do 0.4 times, is it 8?
Times 8, yeah, go ahead.
So you get 3.2.
Or actually 32, yeah, go ahead. So 30, now then the question is what? 32 is?
What percent of 98?
Or 90...
96, sorry.
96. So 32 is what percent of 96? And if you look at 32, sometimes you don't even have to punch it in the calculator if you just notice that 32 is how much of 96? It's 1/3 of it.
1/3, so it would be C, 33 and 1/3%.
Beautifully done. Excellent. How'd you do at home? You know how to do that? Again, it's a 2-stage question. Not that hard when you know what to do. Don't panic when you see percentage questions. You can do it. Just like Nolan did. Thanks a lot, Nolan. We appreciate your time.
Yep.
And get back to work. All right. See ya. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Straight A Walking. We're here in Amherst, New Hampshire at the Hillsborough County Veterinary Hospital. We're going to go see Dr. Shunk and see what a veterinarian can remember about his SAT math. Let's go. All right, here we are again at Hillsborough County Veterinary Hospital with Dr. Kenneth Shunk, and he's agreed to go straight A walking with us. Dr. Shunk, pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice meeting you.
First thing I have to say is, that's a very, very nice tie you have on. Where'd you get it?
The Ohio State University.
The what? The Ohio what?
The Ohio State University.
Now, I don't know if you guys know what the game is, but obviously Dr. Shunk is from my adversary school, and I'm from the University of Michigan. And we're both good sports, and we want to have a little fun and help you kids learn about how to approach some math problems on the SAT. Dr. Shunk, do you remember taking the SATs?
Oh, it's been a long time ago, Felix. A lot longer than I care to remember. Yes, I do, though. It was somewhat stressful, as most big tests are, but yes.
Do you remember if you took it just one and done, or if you took it a couple of times?
I think I took it twice. As I remember. There was, a second time, but I can't really remember whether I did better the first or better the second time.
So many years ago,
yes.
We don't remember. I don't remember either too well, but that's all right. So you graduated from the Ohio State University, and now you're a veterinarian. So for you kids at home, if you're looking for a good university to go to, obviously the Big Ten has some of the best schools in the country. And you should know that Ohio State University is known nationally, and I think even internationally, for its veterinary school. So we have one of the best veterinary doctors that you can get right here in Amherst, New Hampshire. And of course, I think a U.S. News and World Report came out with the top colleges in the world, and Ohio State was on the list. It was somewhere in the top 200. So it was, very good. I would also like to point out that the University of Michigan was ranked 14th in the world. I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, I understand. But you're right about Big Ten.
Yes.
Good schools.
So take a good look. All right, so Dr. Shunk, you're willing to go doing some math straight A walking.
I am.
Would you pick a number between 3 and 9?
How about 6?
We're going to go with 6. Okay, we're going to get ready to split the screen. You kids at home, are you ready? Dr. Shunk, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Do you want a calculator or anything?
Nah, not today. Now
Ooh, he doesn't need a
phone a friend.
calculator. Okay. All right, here we go. On your marks, get set. Number 6, go. You can read it.
Okay, so if 3 times the square root of x minus 7 equals 20, what is the value of x? Okay, so what we'll try to do, or what I would try to do, is to get the unknown x on one side and everything else on the other side. So since it's minus 7, I'll start there and put plus 7 on either side and make that 3 times the square root of x equals 27. And then I would get rid of the 3, and so I would divide each side by 3, and I would be left with the square root of x equals 27 divided by 3, which is 9. So that means the square root of x equals 9, and so that makes x equals 81.
Well, la-di-da. Very good. Congratulations. Very outstanding. And he talked it through slowly for you guys at home. Excellent explanation. Isolate the variable. And, you know, what is the trap answer in this problem, do you think?
I guess that probably 9 is, because once you get the 9 on one side, you kind of get trapped into there forgetting it's the square root of x equals 9, not x equals 9.
I can't tell you kids how many times I've seen my students do that because, you know, they feel pressured, they're under the gun, and they see that, oh, they came up with an x on one side and a 9 on the other, but it was the square root of. Okay, very good job. Congratulations. We didn't expect anything less from our Ohio State grad. How about another problem? How about a geometry problem? Can you handle it?
I can handle it. I'll try.
Okay. All right, Dr. Shunk, let's see. Can you pick a number between 10 and 15? 12? Excellent choice. Excellent choice. All right, we're going to see if we can get them with a geometry problem here. All right, you kids ready at home? Dr. Shunk, are you ready?
I'm ready. Okay.
Get it on.
Number 12 is the coordinates of a point, 14, 14, is the center of a circle, and the coordinates of another point, 2, 9, is a point on the circle. What is the length of the diameter of the circle? Well, first of all, I draw this out because once you get a visual, I'm better with visuals.
Absolutely.
And so I would draw out my graph, and then I plot this point, the coordinates of 14, 14, and the second point, 2, 9. And then what I would do is, since I'm not familiar with any formulas, I would make a right angle triangle, because I know that once I get that, and my 2 legs would be 5 and 12 after I plot those points, I can figure that my hypotenuse would then be the radius of the circle. And so
Very good.
my 2 sides of the right angle triangle would be 5 and 12, like I said, once I plot those out.
Right.
And that's 25 plus 144, which is 169.
Right on.
And
so the hypotenuse squared is 169, so?
right. And so the square root of 169 is 13, and that 13 then becomes the radius of the circle, and then I'd have to double that to get the diameter. So my answer would be 26.
Perfect. Extremely well done. You kids at home, how many of you remember the distance formula? If you remember the distance formula, you could have plugged those 2 points in. I think that's what Dr. Shunk was referring to. He couldn't remember how the distance formula was done. And on the SAT, you're not required to know that. You're not expected. You don't have to know that to solve this. But what you can do instead is create yourself a right triangle in the coordinate plane, and then Mr. Pythagoras bails us out again, right? A squared plus B squared equals C squared. That's exactly what Dr. Shunk did, and he got the radius. And if I were doing this problem, I probably would have been mean. I probably would have made 13 one of the answers, because, you know, always remember that that's the radius, but they were looking for, read the question again. After you do your calculation, read the question again, and you're looking for diameter, which of course is B26. Fantastic. Very well done, Dr. Shunk.
Thank you.
I appreciate you going straight A walking with us. And too bad we didn't do this before this year's big game. After 7 years of misery, I'm finally happy to be smiling again. And so it's your turn to do a little bit of rebuilding. But I'm a little concerned. You guys got Urban Meyer.
Yeah,
I don't know.
not a bad take. The Buckeyes needed him. The Wolverines were tough this year.
Well, listen, I wish Urban Meyer all the luck that Rich Rodriguez had in Michigan. Okay. All right. So, again, thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, sounds good.
Hi. So, what are you in for, buddy? Listen, you know, if you'd stop biting at your leg, they could take that cone of shame off, and you'd be all right. You'd be a lot better. You want to get out? Come on. Let me see you, buddy. Let me see you. Good boy. Oh my goodness. Oh, maybe you can take it off for just a moment.
Yep.
Oh, buddy, are you okay? Listen, you're in good hands. You're all right. You're gonna be okay, buddy. Where's Murray? You beso. Oh. Hey, welcome to another edition of Straight A Walking. We are privileged to go Straight A Walking today with Congressman Paul. Welcome to Straight A Walking, Congressman Paul.
Yeah.
Thank you for agreeing to do this a little bit to help students learn how to take SAT questions. So we have a verbal question for the Congressman. We want to see how his vocabulary is. We're going to split the screen, and the kids at home are going to kind of race you to see if they can answer it before you. Are you ready, Congressman Paul? Are you ready to go? Okay, kids, it's the question is the president. I'll let the Congressman read it. Are you ready at home? Are you ready, Congressman Paul?
Right.
And the question is number 3. On your mark, get set, go.
The president is so dogmatic that he will never even consider another person's viewpoint to be valid if it is different from his own.
That was too easy. His vocabulary is strong enough. He just looked down and he knew immediately that a dogmatic person is one who will never listen to someone else. So we're going to throw another real quick question at the Congressman. The kids at home didn't even have a chance. Wow. Okay, well, that's all right. You guys take a look. And remember, at home, any vocabulary you don't know, you're writing it down, you're looking it up. Okay, now we're going to throw a grammatical question to the Congressman, see if he can catch this one. It's number 21, Congressman Paul. Are you ready at home? Go.
Although we had expected poor services at the resort, we were more than satisfied at the attention we received throughout our stay. Probably should go better. Although we had expected poor services at the resort, we were more than satisfied with the attention we received throughout our stay. Something like that.
Yes, it should correct. It should be satisfied with. And the reason being, students, it's an idiom, and most of the idioms focus on prepositions like that. So again, Congressman Paul, thank you so much for going Straight A Walking.